Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Tales of Yeaser. You may notice my environment has changed. That is because I'm not in my barrack right now. I am on the move, going home for the Christmas break. And I hope everyone else is having a good Christmas break and starting a good Christmas as is. So I am your host, Captain Calvinist. I am also the DM of this campaign. Right next to me is Dale Jutsu. Below me is Null, and right next to Null is Steven the Stole. We have one player missing tonight. That can't be helped. It is what it is. So we just got to run with it. So if y'all could introduce yourselves real fast, that'd be great. Starting with
I am Dale Jitsu on StreamYard as well as TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Mostly on TikTok, where I run the foremost TikTok on New Covenant Theology, where I provide Christian skits as well as other videos of more serious nature. On to you, Steve-O.
I am Steven the Stolo. You can find me on TikTok at .StevenTheStolo, now on Clapper at simply Steven the Stolo, or on YouTube, on YouTube at Lone Jedi 100, where I have my own D&D podcast, The Tombs of Time. Things are shifting like crazy. There's my podcast that you can catch up on in its interim. As for Season 2, it is going mostly on hiatus, except for when I deem it necessary.
Dale, I will slap you.
How is he able to do that?
He has admin privileges.
Getting too
Why?
powerful. He's getting too powerful.
We share an account.
He's getting too powerful. He must be destroyed. Entangle. But it's not working.
Well, I'm Null.
And
Null
it's right for me to always be on the bottom.
And I have my own campaign on my YouTube channel, Null Amore, that's on hiatus. And will come back sometime next year.
Alrighty, and the player missing is Jeremiah or Black Doctor 21 on any of his social media platforms. He doesn't really. He sticks to the whole theme of most of us being Christian content creators, or just TikTok creators in general. He sticks to that theme. But yeah, so who here can give me a recap of the last session?
I made the correct decision and killed or attempted to kill someone to stop a dragon that was going to kill us because it was too powerful for us.
Asher was shocked, but didn't actually give much input either way into the scenario. We killed a dragon.
Yes.
We got a sword.
We leveled up.
We leveled up. Asher is canonically stronger now.
Any input from Dale?
Canonically. What'd you say?
Any input from you? Anything we're missing?
I think we got basically everything. I'm checking my notes, but the big thing is your sister-in-law didn't die. Or no, sorry, your sister-in-law didn't die, so that was nice. Merlin is still alive, which is nice as well.
What?
Yeah, he succeeded on his death.
My internet's dying.
You hacked his head half off and he's still alive?
I mean, Athanasius healed him, and then he was doing death saves for him.
Right, magic.
Yeah, magic.
Death saves are crazy, dog.
For shizzle.
All right, pulling back into our scene, y'all have just left the burning cavern that has collapsed. Now we look upon you as a group, probably very exhausted and half charred.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, But I'm tired.
Yes.
I want to go to bed.
Who's talking right now?
It is your brother.
Right. Well,
In case there are more cultists, perhaps we should flee farther. We don't everyone talk at once.
but
I'm. If you want to arrest someone, we could do that.
Pardon?
If you want to arrest in one of these hovels, we could do.
If we keep watch, I suppose.
yes. Let's just make camp.
I like that idea. So you see these two go over to this little hovel over here. Camp out. You see Athanasius not even talking to anyone, just from the sheer look of exhaustion on his face, he just kind of like dips back down into this hovel, leaving you three to pick out who's going to be taking watch and who's going to be sleeping.
Akita is gonna want to take first watch. Also, where is Merlin?
Merlin
Disappeared again.
has
Okay.
disappeared again. He was on here. I think
He,
I might have
He slipped and fell
Oh.
into katana space.
You know what? I must have moved his token. I must have given him a different token.
No, he just wasn't on this page.
No, he was here.
No, he was. He
You
was.
can keep
on
me
this
backstage. That way we don't have my mic taking up a random spot on the order.
page. Okay.
I'll send myself back to backstage.
Back to the Future.
No, Dale, we still can't hear you. We need your microphone in stream to hear you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
Dang you right.
Anyway, Merlin is going to look at you, all of you. I think I'm going to go to bed.
Would be good.
I'm just going to go to bed. Talk to you guys later in the morning.
Do you want help on watch?
No, I don't. I want to be alone.
Understood. I'll take second watch. Be safe. Asa. He goes to bed.
I want to describe her sword because I made a description for it. Can I do so, DM?
Yeah.
So, as she sits like against this well during her watch, she takes out the new sword, which has become a short sword. It's about the same length of her arm from shoulder to fingertip, and I like to imagine when it first went into her hand, it was just like pure light fighting against the dragon. But now that the fight is over, it looks like it's like carved out of bone and has a lot of jagged edges and sharp corners on it. And the hilt is like wrapped in like blue cloth, and the tip is like frozen, has a lot like ice growing on the tip of the sword, and it has some infernal writing along the blade. And she just kind of looks at it.
Why do you stare?
Oh, okay. So now I have a voice in my head too. That's great.
We're all mad down here.
Why do you stare?
Because I'm surprised I'm holding you.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Well, I could do what I was planning to do and toss you down this well.
It would not work.
Why?
At most, I would get very sick.
Sick.
Yes.
What? You're a sword. How do you get sick?
Just because I'm a sword does not mean I am not conscious.
I mean, but how do you get sick?
Because you are my host.
I didn't ask for this. Can I give you to someone else?
You don't. You're not the one who's supposed to ask. I chose you.
Why?
You were the only one with the balls to kill the magician.
Okay, well, I don't have. I just happens to be the only one who remembered that information during a very intense battle. I don't.
You were the one who had the cojones to do it.
Why are you talking like that?
Speaking Elvish
Yeah.
doesn't change the meaning.
Do you not like this voice? I'm
I-
sorry. This was my default setting.
Said. What?
For Spanish, press 1.
See,
I'm more just confused than anything, really. I don't really mind how you sound. I just don't understand why you're talking to me.
It's because I am now a part of you. We are all conscious. All of us.
Can I give you away?
No,
Why?
because I am part of you now.
But I don't deserve
It's
this.
not a matter of deserve. It's a matter of you got me, you have me, you keep me.
I don't want to.
Too bad.
I like my axe more. It doesn't talk.
Your axe is very angry.
Oh, do tell.
It's a very angry axe.
I'm confused.
The magic behind it.
Right.
It's magic of anger.
Can you speak plainly?
It's angry magic. Bad magic. Evil magic.
The axe made a bond with me during a time of grief and when I was scared.
That doesn't make it good.
But it helped me. Also,
Kill people?
it helped me regain my memories through killing people.
I
Albeit,
could do
but
that. Wait, you have to gain your memories through killing people?
Yes. That's how it worked. I found
What?
out.
What demon gave you this curse? Poor child.
Can you see me? Do you know what I am? I am
You're
a
a
demon.
tiefling. No, you're at most, you're 80%, which doesn't mean like you're full demonic species. There's some wiggle room there.
What's the other 20%?
I don't know. Human, maybe?
You don't know? A sheriff
mean-
talks about his sword knowing everything, and you can't even tell
It-
who I am?
mean-
And you've bonded to me?
I am not the one that's all knowing. I
Seems
am
very
not.
useless.
A share has one too. What's that? What's my brother's name? Which brother does he have?
Calls it a
Meanwhile, in the distance, you hear a share yelling, "Shut up, Clarent!"
calls it Clarence, I think.
Oh,
Clarent.
no.
Clarent.
When Clarent bonds, he bonds to the soul. He bonds also to the mind.
What do you bond to?
I bond to the heart and to the body.
That's
Instead, let me put it like this. Instead of copying your personality or taking personality traits, I come with a personality and with traits. Some of these I've developed through my attachments to other people. Some are just by happenstance who I am.
so.
I'm an exception to a rule.
Is your odd personality going to overtake mine?
No, I'm not fighting for dominance.
Can I make you shut up?
No.
I see why Asher is very tired of this. I don't like having more than one voice in my head.
Well, I can't really apologize for what I am. You're just kind of stuck with me.
I feel like you're mocking me now.
On the contrary, I am not mocking you.
Well, what makes you better than my axe? You can talk?
You feel kind of a rustle inside of your head, as if the sword was conveying that it was physically moving.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I am a true extension of yourself.
What are you doing?
The abilities I give you and the abilities I have will, in the long term and in the short term, be not only most beneficial, but create for you a growth you've never experienced. Not only am I powerful, but I am, to an extent, a true extension of your will. The shape I take is the form you are most comfortable fighting with, for example.
This carved from bone short sword is what I'm most comfortable fighting with. I have never fought with a short sword before. I have been attacked by bone short swords before.
It's your subconscious. I mean, this is the form I took. Like, you touched me, this is what happened.
Well, maybe if I kill some more people with my axe, I could remember why.
Or you
Maybe
could
there's
just fight
reason.
with me. Like, that's also a pretty good way to understand.
You can get my memories back?
I should be able to.
Why do I have to kill people then?
I would have to touch the axe so I can know its magic.
She puts the axe on the ground next to the short sword, I guess.
Okay, can you, like, make it to where the blade of the sword is, like, touching the axe?
I'm not. What are you making me do?
This is getting very idiosyncratic. Dennis.
I need to touch the axe. Like, I need to be in physical contact with the axe. I can't just have my brain power go in and look at the axe. I need to actually touch it.
You don't have a brain.
I have a spiritual brain.
What?
She picks up her axe and swings it down on the sword.
Ow!
There.
Hmm.
Figure it out, or I might start to believe this is a hallucination.
I think I have it now. It's not so much as there's a massive magical power inside of the axe. Well, there is something there. It's kind of a subconscious thing attached to the axe. Either way, because of my connection to you, I should be able to bring out memories. I don't think we have to kill people, though.
Great.
I'd have to.
Never liked really doing that. Not
You
really.
sure you don't?
Not
If
really.
you want the quickest way to get memories, and I don't recommend this. This is a very bad idea, but hopefully you're not this desperate.
Well,
Pain is a good triggering for memories.
all right. She picks up the sword. Where am I stabbing? Do I actually have to cut my
No.
arm off? I want my memories back. I'm tired of living a half-life. I
Prick
wanna
your
know who I am.
finger.
That's
Prick
it?
your finger.
Just blood. Any blood? Off my
Sure.
body, obviously. But
Just yeah, yes, just prick your finger or something.
Akita, who is kind of one for dramatics, she puts the blade of the sword on the palm of her hand and slices her hand.
You are like you were like a Raphael.
Who?
Don't no, never mind. You will not. Another world, another reference.
Well, I'm bleeding.
Okay, give it like a dream.
A dream?
Go to bed.
My watch isn't over.
Okay, when your watch is over. Just give me time to work in your head and start unlocking things like their doors.
I am hallucinating, aren't I?
No.
This sounds like,
I feel like I've
Sadly.
lost some of it.
this sounds like a scam.
Did I lose my mind? Have I spent too long wandering around? Are the men I travel with even real?
I am not responsible for that, guys.
What happened? What?
The light just came on and off.
Ghosts. But
We are the ghosts of Akita's past.
past, present, and future.
Who's what?
Just when your watch is over, just go to bed.
Okay.
Have
Yes.
a nice. Anyway.
How do you say your name again?
Galantine?
Gat. Okay. Can I call you Gale for short? I'm not good with names.
Gale.
I can't even pronounce these men's god.
We will talk about that. I mean, yeah,
Let's
it's better than Zach.
Rick.
I've never met a Zach in my entire life, but all right.
All right, let's just move on from this distasteful exercise.
Oh, look at the time. It's time for bed.
It's bed o'clock. You best be slipping.
All right.
Let's go to bed.
What the? Okay. Well, I guess she goes to find Asher and she just kind of like nudges him. Did you fall asleep with a book on your face?
Pardon?
Did you fall asleep with your book on your face?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Don't talk She's doing this in her head. She's going to speak with the sword in her head solely. She's not talking out loud.
No, that was Clarence. That was to
Shut up, Clarence. How was watch? Good, no problems? Nothing I missed? It's
I
up.
understand your frustrations with having voices in your head now.
Galantine talked to her. I share Galantine talked to her. They're already friends.
Galantine?
I guess. Or a hallucination. I feel like I'm going insane.
Tell me about it. But no, you should get to bed actually instead of telling me about it. Okay. If you don't mind, I set up your bedroll for you. Softest part of the blowed out home. So
I've slept on rock before. Some sand won't bother me.
so have I. That's why I set it up in a softer spot.
Fine. Good night.
Good night. Sleep well. He goes and takes watch.
Okay, Cher, as you go in and take watch, immediately Clarence is like, man, that was crazy, dog.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Clarence is the ring again.
Dog. A dragon? We fought a dragon, dog. I haven't been around one of those for a long time.
I had a vision of a dragon once. With 10 heads.
Wait, I thought 7 heads, 10 horns.
It had heads.
What?
It had heads.
It had heads. Were you dreaming about a hydra?
No. It came from the... Well, maybe it came from the sea.
That sounds like a hydra. Oh gosh, I hope we don't have to fight one of those.
The heads did not grow back when they were cut off.
Oh man, that sounds kind of lame. Imagine being a hydra and not regrowing your heads.
That is a bit.
Out of character laughing, a Cher is just annoyed.
Like, can you imagine that though? How can you not imagine that? Cher, you're imagining it right now.
Look. If we're going to work together, you have to realize how to not annoy me to death. Otherwise,
We've been great friends so far.
That is far from the truth, and you know it. I have multiple times threatened to find a caldera to bury you in.
We both know it's not gonna work.
I don't care if it doesn't work.
Come on, man.
You understand what I've been through. You understand that I have had other voices in my head, and I still struggle from time to time with them. It's not an easy thing to adjust to. It's not an easy thing to come to accepting as real. When you spend months of your life telling yourself not to listen to a voice, and all of a sudden, there's a voice telling you to listen to it.
I understand part of you thinks that I may just be the result of some sort of mental breakage. But I'm not. Cher, I want you to formulate me into your rapier. And I want you to tell me what you see whenever you look at my blade.
We had this conversation before.
And I think you kind of need to remind yourself.
I don't. I just need you to understand that I still need time to process things. Just because I understand where you're coming from doesn't mean I'm ready for where you are.
It's been over a year, Cher.
No, it hasn't. It took us 3 months to get here. And
3
that
months
was
to
just
get here,
before
and you
we met.
received me almost 6 months beforehand.
No?
Either way, I'm not great at time. Sword years are different from human years.
How old are you in sword years?
It's very rude to ask someone their age,
I'm 332 years old.
and I'm older than you.
How long is a year?
Wait. Do you count leap years?
We count leap years.
Do you count mega microseconds?
We count every infinitesimal measurement of time when we calculate time.
Okay. Starting next month, I will be somewhere between the infinite creation of the universe and the end of the universe.
You try me, Sword, you try me.
I mean, I'm kind of right there in the book at creation.
Really?
You
What's
know-
your name?
Clarent?
Aha, I've transcribed Genesis many a time. You're not in there.
I assure you, I share. When we were created, we were there at the hip of Mathlodorian. I literally cannot lie about this.
Glad about the mutuality of our relationship.
That was more of a misdirection.
That's besides the point. I was told there were drow here.
Yes.
Do you think that might be the tribe I'm actually from?
There's a distinct possibility. I mean, didn't they say something about the tribe over here being extremely different?
I don't remember. I've had a whole dragon encounter since I...
Do you want me to go look in your brain for you?
Sure.
Do you feel something that's kind of like a tingling sensation behind your eyes? As it's like someone kind of like shifting through files. Oh,
no, don't
here
look
it
in
is.
that drawer.
Here it is. Here's this one. Here it is. Yep. Yep. Are you seeing it right now?
No. Read it out.
Okay. I'm just gonna pass this section about the. I need to pass the section about the rubber ducks. Come on, give me a minute.
But that's the best part!
It's yeah, and I. Do you want me to read the section about the rubber duckies?
No, but don't diss it. He
I'm
pulls
not
out his
dissing.
rubber ducky and squeezes it.
I'm not. I'm not dissing it. I'm just having to move through it. Okay.
There are a lot of them.
There were a lot. Okay, so looking at it, drow on Western Continent. Here we go. Drow on Western Continent, good. Drow on Eastern Continent, angry.
That is not the word I put away them with.
Paraphrasing. You literally in your brain you were thinking in paragraphs. How do you think in paragraphs?
How do you write like you're running out of time?
How? How do you think in paragraphs?
My life is paragraphs. Verses, chapters.
You have one file on here. You have like one file in here when you were asleep. I decided to dig through it. You have one file in here on your favorite foods that could literally be an entire book. And you did that in the span of 20 minutes.
Yeah. What can I say? I do what I'm good at, and I'm good at what I do.
Bashir, how good of a cook are you? I want to see you put this idea to the test.
You want the triple-decker souffle to be put on trial?
Yes.
Bet. He starts
All right.
getting up. He starts druid crafting the ingredients.
This is crazy. I never thought this was possible. Roll perception.
Okay. He's also going to start up a little fire. I need to pull up my chart.
As you're doing that,
Sorry, loading. Yeah, I'll just switch it to loading up a page. Come on. There we go. Over core. Perception
Dale.
check.
Yes.
as Shin goes to sleep into a long, restful night, hopefully,
Hopefully.
Shin's eyes open, and he seems to be in this like purple void. Nothing around him. And just kind of away seems to be a chair and a table, or two chairs and a table with a chess set on it.
I guess I'll sit down at the table.
As you sit down with the white opposite to you, a pawn moves 2 spaces forward.
And which pawn?
It is pawn to e4.
Interesting. Do I know the rules of chess? Possible.
You know the rules to dragon chess.
I
however-
too will move a pawn.
This, however, is Drow chess, which is very different.
What pawn are you moving?
Oh my gosh, let me get a chessboard and emulate. Go to chess.com right now, Dennis. We'll
Chess.com. Okay. No. So
I'll
as you
send
make
forward
the
the
move,
pawn that's in front of the left knight,
the left knight.
from my perspective.
So that would be pawn.
No, you know what? No, I'm going to move my left knight forward. I'm going to bop him out in front of the
Okay.
pawns.
All right. So as you make that move, the arm of the being is revealed, and it's a very decrepit arm.
Oh,
You moved your bishop. You moved your knight. How interesting.
the knight should always lead the charge.
Should they? Or are you hiding behind your strongest pieces?
The way the game is made, the king can't lead.
You need to reevaluate how you play. As the hand moves down and moves another piece, you see that the board becomes fuzzy. That there's no clear picture on it. He has moved his knight.
Interesting. Do I recognize the voice of whoever's talking?
Roll an insight check. So Dale,
Yes.
the voice is eerily familiar. As you come to recognize the voice, you realize it does sound older, but the same but you recognize the clothing as it becomes revealed to you, and you recognize the face of an individual in a three-piece, and what looks to be a three-ish piece suit,
This guy again.
and a goatee.
Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil.
From my perspective,
You turned your back.
I did. It seems I'm making a habit of it.
The devil sneezed.
Sorry, I have come down with a cold. I apologize. I normally don't treat my clients this way. Even those that betray me.
No. Sick.
Now tell me, what made you turn your back on what I believe was a pretty generous offer to you?
It was not worth it.
What can I do to make it worth it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I have been gifted much.
What if I gave you free dental care?
That's a good deal, Dale. It's a good deal.
Well, if you put it that way, Bernie. No. Ultimately, my loyalty is to Mathlodorian. All that I have is for his glory.
You are a fool then.
How do you figure?
Mathlodorian will lead you down a path of destitution. You will die following him.
If I die, I
In
will
the
die.
end, you will still be mine.
We'll see about that.
No, there is no we'll see. You signed the contract. You will be mine.
Why you get a lawyer?
What is mine, and it is always in my hand.
Well, then I hope that yours are not the hands I end up in. I'd like to move on the chessboard. The pawn in front of the king.
As you do, the figure kind of just puts his hand on his chin. And I thought you didn't know how to play this game. Damn it. He puts one hand on the table and he just tosses the table.
Calm down.
I'm
Sam.
going to kill you. Not now. I will kill you before you get a hold of what's rightfully mine.
If I die for why I lived.
A coward?
Not how I lived. Why I lived. For the one I lived for and should have always lived for.
So you're going to die a coward.
I hope not.
I will pry it from your body. I will take it out of you. And it will be mine. I will take what is in the hands of your friend as she sleeps.
Leave her. Leave him. Leave them out of this.
Oh no, they're very much a part of this now. Excalibur, Clarent, Galantine, all of them will be mine. And you will forfeit Colburn to me. And I will be free once again.
free?
To rule. To displace Mathodorian.
I don't think that will happen, but I'll do whatever in my power to see it remains that way. I don't think you're in control anymore. I think whatever was given to you has been stripped away.
We will see in due time. Now, leave my sight. I thought I really could save our partnership. It seems, though, that
With
you have
dental care?
You'd be surprised how many people come to me for free dental care.
I have seen how unfulfilling a life not lived for Mathlodorian can be, and how fleeting things are.
Have you seen
Like
a life?
teeth knocked out of the mouth of a man in a fight.
Have you not seen life without free dental care?
You've heard of the pearly gates, but have you heard of the pearly veneers?
I've heard of the sheep on the hill.
Good night. I await your soul.
So you do a little bit of this and you do a little bit of that, and bada bing, bada boom, Chiputaka souffle.
How?
I don't know. I don't know. You spend 3 months in the wood and you learn some things.
Now with that 23, what do I see?
Now, so Asher, you notice that kind of up on the mountain, you notice the silhouette of what seems to be a child. As they look down.
Rosa,
As you say that, the child's head just ducks past the ledge.
if you come in peace, I mean you no harm. If you come in harm, you will
Is it that
find it.
dragon boy from before?
Nope, it is not the dragon boy.
If you come in harm, you shall find it.
What?
There's no shame in being curious.
Okay. You won't hurt me?
If you don't try to hurt me.
I
Mutual
don't
respect.
know. I don't know if there's much I could do to you, mister.
This is starting to bring me back to a certain Disney movie.
Come here, little one.
Hmm.
What brings you out this far? There's dragons in these parts.
It's I just heard roaring and I followed it.
That is actually the exact opposite of what you should do at your age.
I just got curious is all.
That curiosity could have gotten you killed.
Is he close enough to see?
Oh, this kid's kind of hiding in the shadows still.
I have dark vision.
No, like hiding behind something that's creating a shadow.
I have dark vision.
You can't see this kid.
Okay, he's behind cover.
Dark vision does not allow you to see as though it's not dark.
It allows me to see in the dark.
Not well,
But
partially.
if something's outside of my range, I can't see color in the dark.
Yeah.
But I can see for 60 feet in the dark.
As though it's black and white dim light.
Mhm.
So he might just be blending in too much. Or magic.
What's your name?
Caleb?
Caleb. I am Asher. We both have Euclidean names.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Where you hail from?
Far from here.
Explains the name. Where are your parents?
Far from here.
they still with you? Or have they moved on from life?
No, they're here. They're far from here. I don't really know how I got here.
What city are you from?
I'm not from a city. I'm from a farm. I'm from a farm in Britannia.
Is Bretonia back in the east?
Yeah, it's way back east. It's like on the other end of the continent.
Did you start out from there following this cry, or how did
No,
you get to this?
I just followed it.
You followed a roar all the way from the east into the west?
I mean, there was a hole that I went through. You hear in the back of your head from Clarence, can you do detect evil and good? Are you able to do that? Are you able to figure out that magic?
Perhaps.
Because something's not right.
Let me see. None of my spells are in order. I have protection from evil and good, but I do not have detect evil and good.
Okay.
I can do divine the divine intervention thing.
Yeah, if you want to, you can go ahead and do that.
All right. Nope. That's way outside the percentage. God?
I don't feel comfortable with this. Something's not right here.
Neither do I. Just be ready to rapier into my hand.
Appear into your hand?
Sure.
I mean, I'm already ready for that.
The dragon's gone, little one. It's best you move on. Far more dangerous things lurk around these lands.
Oh. He's gone?
Yes.
And the rest of you are here alone and weakened by him?
No.
You're not weakened.
I feel quite strong.
That's a shame.
Pray tell, what spirit are you of?
Spirit?
How old are you, Caleb?
Old enough to know a murderer when I see one.
Caleb, I am no murderer.
Are you sure?
The blood on my hands is not blood I put there, but blood I failed to stop from being shed.
Isn't that the same thing?
The guilt is no less. But the crime is different.
Still murder.
No. Murder is what I want to do to the monster that led me down that path.
As you say that, the boy moves out of the shadow, and you see a half-charred face.
Is it the boy?
It is the boy. It's
I
not.
run over and I fall to my knees, cupping his face.
You hear in the back of your head, don't do this to Sherry. It's not real. None of this is real.
But damn, stop it. You
Roll
okay?
an,
What happened? How are you alive?
roll an insight check, Asher,
How are you alive?
with disadvantage.
How are you alive?
Critical failure.
He would never lie.
I am alive because I have to talk to you.
I'm so sorry.
I need my revenge.
I'm so sorry. What?
I need my revenge, Asher.
You will have your revenge. I will avenge you. I will avenge all of Verona.
No, Asher. I need it against you.
No, no, you are young. You do not understand.
No, you did this to us.
You don't. It was that monster
Who you worked for, Asher.
who I worked. And you must understand. Sometimes you are under people who you do not control.
Asher. Saying
Father,
I was following orders isn't an excuse.
Father Gior will die. Trust me.
Roll an insight check.
Good soldiers follow orders.
He just did what he was told. Asher, you notice the face become very hazy and switch back and forth, and Clarence just shouts into your ear, "It's not real. It's a
It's real to me."
dreamwalker. It's a dreamwalker."
I throw it away. And I stand and I turn and I scream at the top of my lungs until my voice gives out and it's hoarse.
Asher. Wait, you throw what?
I basically take his head that I would assume is like sifting form, kind of like sand, and I just throw it aside.
Oh no, it's not sifting. There's an actual like figure behind the face.
Well, I throw it to the side and I turn away. So this isn't the first time I've thrown an illusion.
It's not an illusion. This is an actual creature. Okay.
But my sins never cease to plague me.
As that happens, you throw the image. You throw what you believe is an image. There it is. Right there. And you throw it next to the well. And out of it stands up a figure in a hood.
What specter comes to haunt me now?
The master sends his regards to you.
What master? I turn and Clarence is in my hand.
A knife. The person pulls out a knife. The master sends his regards.
Who is it? Do I recognize the person?
No, so this person is a creature. You would roll a religion check or a arcana check.
Give me that share religion.
So you recognize this being as a homunculus. Specifically a dream walker. A creature who will take very vulnerable points in your psyche, become those in order to assassinate their targets. Some would call them a dream golem.
What master do you serve?
You already know.
I know two, both of whom I would love to see cast into the pit of fire. It's not forbidden, speak his name.
I'm bound by contract. And as those last words are said, a rapier is pulled from the side of the mast of the homunculus, of the Dreamwalker. I must complete my mission. I hope you understand.
And I must not die. I hope you understand. And I cast Entangle on him.
So on it technically does not have a gender.
Whatever.
Okay, so it has to make a strength saving throw now.
It's a thing.
Did you just cast Entangle on an incorporeal creature?
I mean, it has a form. It's a homunculus.
It's true.
It's like a
Is it?
little goop thing.
Goop.
Or it fails.
Okay, cool. I still needed to subtract the spell slot. Entangle is a first level spell. There we go. Oh, okay. There we go. So yeah, it's frozen in place in vines.
What is this?
The power of God. Now prepare to meet him. And,
I don't have a soul.
With that, I will bring down Moonbeam upon it.
Oh.
At what level? At default level. That's 15 radiant damage.
Oh damn, these things are like vulnerable to radiant. That's like 30 damage.
So yeah, I just lift out my hand and I repeat the word from before, the Hebrew word for, I think, moon, Layala. And a bolt of light comes down from the moon, pale moonlight, and radiates through him, through his form. Does he die?
Nope.
Why must it always take so long? And I move up and I thrust my sword into his chest.
All right.
Cleric. My boy. Oh no, my boy!
You hit.
Oh yay. And a flash of radiant light comes out as I stab him through.
Okay. There you go. Is that your turn?
Is he still standing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. I suppose that's all I can do if we're doing turns.
All right. So this being breaks out. We'll attack.
That
This
hits.
is a 28 hit.
Nah. Yeah, that hits.
All right. So you take 1d8 plus 2d6 fire damage plus 3.
How much?
18 damage.
18 from 62 is a number.
And it attacks. Oh, hold on. That was the result, not the actual roll. There we go. I'm
What's the
assuming a
total?
27 hits, right?
Wait, hold on a second. Let me calculate the damage that I've taken so far, which is a lot.
You basically took 18 plus 7.
Plus 7. Okay. What was the second attack roll?
That was that 7.
No, what was the roll to hit?
27.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna play that way. So yeah, I am roughly bloodied, a little better.
It pulls its rapier back as it thrusted firmly through your bicep. and then through your thigh. Poking holes in you is going to be fun. After all, and then you see its face shift back into the boys. I need my revenge.
Sure, you should call for help so that we can help you.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Asher did yell at the top of his lungs, so it's possible y'all could have maybe heard that.
Roll a wisdom saving throw. Okay, you failed.
What? What on earth was the DC? 20?
25.
What?
Rip.
Yep. Rip.
What's the result of that?
You take 5 psychic damage.
So we heard him scream, right?
After this turn, yeah.
Yeah,
That
with
one
all,
is creature turn.
with all of the damage, yeah, I've been screaming each time. Yeah.
Okay, now y'all can wake up.
So yeah, you've heard Asher scream at the top of his lungs until you heard his voice go.
All right, everyone roll your initiative.
What in the world?
Oh, it's not working. What the heck? There.
Oh,
That was weird. My
Beep
first
boop.
one was a 12. Can you fix that?
yeah.
You can type in 12 in the actual
Oh.
like box where the 4 is.
Nice. I did it myself.
Whoa, is that the highest initiative I've ever rolled?
Nice.
Lovely.
Fans of Tales of Aesir, first off, wow, I didn't know we had those. Second off, calculate.
We rolled a 16.
Third off, thanks for watching.
Didn't input it. That's just weird.
Dream Walker.
Okay, the Dreamwalker. Oh wait.
Messed up, by the way.
Okay, Asher goes first.
That was perfect. Sorry, Caleb. This is mercy at this point, and I use Sacred Flame right into his face. Dex save, DC 15. Against
Okay.
15 radiant damage.
Oof.
Right into the other side of his face.
He auto passes.
What? Oh, he doesn't take half damage?
Oh, let's figure out.
Oh, great. Now, because it's a cantrip.
Yep. Now,
Um,
if you were a wizard,
I didn't even add his +2 he gets for having this as a deck save. So
he's not undead. Question mark.
I mean, that'd be an insight check. Or a nature check, sorry.
Okay. I've spent 3 months in nature.
He's not undead, but he has kind of the same weaknesses as undead since he's a golem.
Would turn undead work on him?
No, it will not.
Okay. I am going to retreat into here. Akita, we're under attack!
Right.
I stumble in, blood oozing from my shoulder and my thigh.
Oh. She helps
It is
him
now.
like sit down.
It is now the Dreamwalker's turn. And it just walks slowly.
What is that?
Akita, it looks to you. I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Cool.
Akita, you see its face shifts from what you first thought was like a little boy with like a really bad burn mark
Hmm.
to the face of your mother.
Ah.
You take 5 psychic damage.
Wait. Also, did I get a long rest, by the way?
You did.
Oh, cool.
That's what I assumed too, which is the only reason I'm alive.
Akita, so great to see you.
Don't believe it. It's not butter.
The figure jumps right at you.
She's not fooled by it. She's just more confused by it.
Attacks you with a rapier. Does a 33 hit.
Oh my god. Yes.
Oh,
This thing has a
I might have to use ranged attacks for this fight.
Akita takes 13 damage. Second
Oh.
attack. 14.
So that's a total of 27.
Yep.
Okay, give me a second.
Would this be an aberration?
No. Hold on, let me actually this is a homebrewed creature.
In the context of protection from good and evil.
In the context of protection from good and evil, you wouldn't have to be making the saves.
Oops.
I believe that's what it is.
Is it my turn?
Yes, Akita, it is your turn.
Cool. She's gonna, I guess, swing at it with Galantine.
Yes, this is technically considered an elemental.
Okay.
Cool.
You hit. So, Akita, you strike at it. How do you want this thing to go away?
She's going to stab Galantine through its chest.
As you do, its eyes go wide, and the image that was your mother kind of phases out, and you just kind of like see brick. You see what you think is like brick and mortar, and it cracks along its lines and turns into a pile of dust.
Sheriff falls to his knees.
Yeah. Can you make good berries for yourself? Or the health potion?
What?
Shin, as you come out, you're able to see that everyone is basically over here with a huge pile of dust in front of them.
Akita, did it hurt? Did it hurt you?
I sort of stumble over. What happened?
Oh, it did hurt me, yes, but you're more hurt.
He casts a good berry and hands you 10 berries.
No, you take it.
9, you.
What?
He stumbles back against the wall.
I'm not. What? What is that? Ow.
It's still alive! Fireball, fireball, fireball.
What was that noise?
I think we have a double mic feed.
Oh.
Jesus.
No, his name is Algebron in this universe.
Satan.
No, very different person. Very different person.
Akita
Opposite,
takes,
actually.
Look, I don't have a syllabus in front of me, okay?
No. Jesus is not the devil.
Akita takes 5 of the good berries and makes a share eat the other 5.
No. How literally do you mean makes?
Makes!
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, where's my camera, by the way?
I don't know, you turned it off.
I did not turn it off.
Well, it's not my fault.
An assailant came disguised as a demon from my past.
A child? It looks like a
Okay.
child before it looks like a bad copy of my mother.
I told you about what happened in that elven city.
Yeah.
That was the boy. I look at my hand where the skin once sloughed off, like it was nothing.
She puts her hand over his. You don't think about that right now. Okay? It was fake.
As what happened?
A demon showed up and attacked Share,
A demon showed up?
apparently. Living nightmare, I guess.
Almost a year ago, I was part of a military campaign against the elven people.
And was this one of the people you fought against?
Father Gior is a high-ranking official in the Holy Order, as you may know.
I've heard of him.
He is also a man who has committed crimes against civilians that are not to be repeated. That should not even be known to exist.
And you partook.
I was helpless to stop.
Mm.
I watched as cities burned and children died.
Do you feel it was the right thing to do?
I feel that monster deserves to die.
Take that as a no. War is a terrible thing to share. And many terrible things have to be done. But not all of the terrible things. And if you're going to be a soldier, you have to decide.
I'm not a soldier.
And it's your decision either way.
Akita leaves. Akita leaves.
I'm a prophet. And I won't be the first prophet to bring retribution against the unholy. And he
Did you
himself wants.
take part in these actions, Asher?
I was powerless to stop them.
Did you take part in them?
No.
Well, get some sleep, and we'll see where this takes us. There's always redemption.
Not for that man.
I meant for you, and hopefully me. Good night.
You okay?
Akita's like looking into the cave, and she has a very tight grip on Galantine. That wasn't my mother. She wasn't that harsh looking. She had softer features. Definitely. She must have. She was kind and not.
It was an illusion.
Yes. Another hallucination.
We must tell ourselves that they are nothing more.
Right.
That is my plight. I must see things that are not, and acknowledge that they are not.
You know, you remind me of a story that my father told me when I was younger.
Really. Do tell.
It was of a prophet woman. I don't remember the name of her off the top of my head. She was cursed to know the exact future, but no one would ever believe her. Everyone believed she was lying. That was her curse. And she predicted their downfall, and they didn't heed her warning. They only thought she was insane.
I've seen the end of the world, Akita.
I assume a great many people have.
The return of Mathlodorian, the reconciliation of all things, the casting away of monsters.
Monsters like me?
Like Yor. Like that Toiva, that abomination. Like that dragon. Regardless of race, there is mercy for those who take refuge in God. There is hope. There is life. But the day of judgment for those who do not take refuge in him is come. Of that I am most certain. Told me
Bashir, as you come to realize what time it is, it's actually time for Dale's watch. And because of your injuries, it might be time for you to go to bed.
he called me Asher, for I am to reveal what is to come. And with that, he leaves her and goes and wakes up and goes to make sure that Dale isn't fully asleep and takes his watch.
No, I've sort of just been awake staring at the lantern.
He knocks on the brick outside of where he's sleeping.
Ah, Cher, how are you feeling?
As Atlas of the Draconic myth. But it is time for the weight of the world to be upon your shoulders, my friend.
Right. Well, get some sleep and hopefully bring some level of comfort. I'll sort of sit at this fire and take watch.
Do you believe I'm a prophet, Shin?
Out of character, have you actually had any six prophecies up to this point?
He's talked about the end of the world.
I believe you want to serve Mathlodorian, Cher. And I believe that you felt helpless in the past. You need to serve him with whatever he's actually given you, with whatever he's actually asked you to do. And if you truly find it wise, then don't let anyone stop you.
Asher looks at the ring that is Clarence.
Why are you looking at me? I honestly don't know what to think here.
He looks at Shin. Godspeed. He goes and he sleeps.
All right. I think I will somewhat aimlessly just practice sword maneuvers while I keep watch. Swing, swing, clang. But silently so I don't wake people up.
All right. So, Shin, as you're doing so, you can't get the dream you had out of your head. It's just something with it is just constantly bugging you.
Ugh.
And eventually you get this. Eventually your mind goes to one route of what is faith. What does it mean to believe what you believe? Are you truly too far gone? You start asking yourself these questions. As if on impulse, too. Not that you actually want these questions answered, but that they're in your mind for some reason.
As I continue to ponder this, and slow my martial efforts, I pray, asking for wisdom and mercy, and ultimately, in both frustration, exasperation, and sadness, hopelessness, decide that I'm just going to have to trust whatever he decides. And that I'm going to do what I can to remain faithful, or to be faithful again.
So, your night, your watch goes very uneventful. As if for you, it feels like a very somber and needed peace in the turmoil that has been the past few days.
Hmm.
And everyone kind of wakes up and proceeds to get ready for the trip back home.
Cher wakes up bundled in his own cloak, sitting in the corner.
Kita fell asleep in front of the cave opening.
Shema Israel, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. And he continues to recite the Shema as he slowly gets up and gathers his things.
I will do some morning prayers and exercises, and make sure that Athanasius isn't totally conked out. And prepare to go.
All right.
Sits cross-legged beside. Is Akita awake yet?
She's kind of like in between sleep and awake.
You want a souffle?
What?
I made a souffle last night.
What is
There's some left over.
that?
It's food. It's good.
I'm not. I want steak.
I'm afraid I do not have the facilitations to create steak. I can create.
Wait, isn't a souffle a type of steak?
What? Souffle.
Sorry, I'm being stupid.
You almost made me question. I think a souffle is a type of dessert.
It's a cake.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's,
what?
It's a cake.
What's a what?
I'll
It's
tell
like
you
an
what.
egg. It's an egg cake, right?
I'll tell you what. I can make good berries taste like anything.
Oh,
I can make them taste like steak.
actual steak.
It would taste the taste, the tech. You know what? Never mind. Here, I create a good berry that tastes and has the exact texture of a little bead of steak, and I hand it to her. This will sustain you for the whole day. This is concentrated steak.
You're taking flavor is free to a whole new level here.
Thank you. When she eats it, she just kind of keeps laying down more.
It tastes like the best steak you've ever had.
Cool, thanks, man.
Akita, as you wake up from what could only be described as a nightmare of nightmares.
Mm.
Everything's coming back to you. Your dreams are like television watching your history. The sword has these white and blue streams coming out of it and tracing the outline, and it goes to your body and outlines your veins, and it wraps around your horns as they begin to grow out. And beneath your scales, it's a small light, but it's noticeable against the purple as you start to remember through your dreams.
She screams. She grips her head and kind of just curls up and starts screaming.
Akita, what's wrong? Akita. Clarent forms and he looks around. You okay? What's wrong? He kind of ruffles her shoulder.
I guess once the light dies down, she kind of just scrambles to stand up and starts feeling her horns and that they're fully grown again.
Whoa. Bashir tries to get up slow, old manish. Uses his staff.
I have arthritis.
His back crackles loudly as he straightens it. Your horns.
Uh,
They look nice.
As the screaming is heard, Akita's brother comes running out of the hobble. Akita, are you okay? By all that's divine, your horns are back. Are you okay?
You're a heavy sleeper.
Sister, what's wrong?
she kind of starts laughing hysterically and falls back against the kind of cave, like this wall, I guess.
He's going to look to a share. My sister and your wife has gone insane.
Akita, what? What's up?
You. I. I remember. I remember.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Yada yada does.
You remember what, Akita?
If my life, the cult, my parents, everything.
You remember everything.
That's great. Now we can work on dealing with all of that.
She kind of looks like directly at Asher after her eyes focus back. You didn't believe me about Merlin. And her eyes are like glowing purple.
No, I was in the midst of everything. I was not
You
part of
didn't
that.
say anything.
I was in the middle of trying not to get killed by a dragon.
None of you believes me.
I was
Akita.
honest about it.
Akita, I didn't doubt you. I was too busy to weigh in on the matter.
I doubted you a lot.
You're not in this conversation.
This is out of character. I, as a
Akita.
person.
Mhm.
Akita, you made the right decision in the heat of the moment. That takes a lot of guts. That takes a lot of thinking.
Murder surges.
Right.
Couldn't
Heat of the moment. Decisions. Right.
You're in battle.
Akita, are you okay?
They had me convinced I was a goddess. They really did.
Gods
I
have
really
ways to
believe
Sure, you treated her like a goddess?
No! Brother. The cult.
I was not part of.
Think straight for 2 seconds. Your wings are bigger than your brain.
Whoa.
Well, one would hope.
That hurt, sister.
Akita,
That hurt a lot.
Sorry. I'm not myself. I
What do you
don't
mean by-
feel right.
Also, how can I help you?
You can take this back. And she takes off the ring and tosses it to you.
What?
Y'all are getting a divorce right here, right now.
It wasn't real. Was it? That's the truth.
I think all divorced people say that at some point.
Brother,
Akita,
please.
Shijin tries to watch all this, attempting to keep a very serious face and not give away one way or another how he's feeling.
No, brother, you can be helpful for something. Can we go home?
Yes, just wait for everyone to finish collecting their things, and we
No,
can
I
all
want to go
party.
home with you now. I'm tired.
Akita, we're all tired.
I'm tired of these men treating me like I'm worth less because of what I am.
Akita, I don't do that.
Hmm.
When have I done that?
I can't be sure that you've ever trusted me. I can't trust you because you travel with that And she looks at Shijin. That spawn of the people who killed my people.
Akita, this isn't
Akita, do you really want to be this hostile?
this isn't the type of talk that is normally spoken from you. What instigated this?
I remembered. Trusting is foolish. Believing in others who you truly don't know anything about is foolish.
You know a lot about me.
Do I? I thought I knew a lot about that cult. I thought I knew about my grandmother. I thought I knew about Ashika. All lies, all deception. To use me. In my blood. That's what it was.
Haven't.
Did we use you when we found you chained up in a cage and set you free? Did we use you when we've saved you countless times? Did we use you
don't
when
really
the captain
have
of that
much
ship
room to
had you
talk.
under his thrall?
You've never trusted me. You've
No,
never
I
done
haven't.
anything to vouch for me. You have made me a villain in this group.
I fought
that
for your
last
life multiple
battle-
times, and you
No.
spat in my face for it, and here I am still.
You never cared about me.
You
I
cut
was
my
And
murdered.
here I
leg.
am still.
I was a project to you.
Oh, a project.
Yes.
You cut
So
my
what do you
leg.
think I got out of it? Out of this project?
What your
cut my
holy
leg and I
order
gave-
tries to get out of me.
You cut my leg and I gave you a ring. And I don't trust you.
Okay, maybe we should all separate for a bit, cool down. We will go first to leave. You can follow after 15 minutes of us walking in one direction.
Why did there have to be a band?
Because One Direction's a good band.
Isn't that?
Look, you can follow us after a certain amount of time has passed. We'll all meet back at my tavern. Akita, take my hand.
And she does.
He's going to look to his share and
She's
to
looking
Shen.
down at the ring.
Hopefully this is just a side effect of her not knowing how to deal with her emotions right now. Hopefully clearer minds will progress through.
Protect
I
her.
don't say this much enough. But may the great kings be with you. That's the highest praise I can give, and the highest form of protective prayer I can give.
Fedoran is my shepherd.
Travel well.
So with that, Akita and her brother and sister-in-law leave, and Merlin walks out of his little hovel, yawning. What did I miss?
Well, the woman who killed you is gone.
I mean, she didn't kill me. She almost killed me.
The sheriff wants to walk as far as
Error
he
in your
can.
favor.
How far into the cave does the sheriff have to go to see fire?
What was that?
How far does the sheriff have to go into the cave to see fire? Is it still burning?
No, it's all out.
He just looks and imagines a city that was once on fire. As he once again feels helpless to change anything.
Merlin, give me a moment. I walk up beside a Cher and put my gauntleted hand up onto his shoulder. And a Cher, you did everything you could. I hope you weren't doing it in hopes of gratitude.
There's always more that can be done. That's what the Holy Order teaches us, right? You stumble and you fall and you just do more penance. You die with more penance, unless your family pays it off.
I think you might be mixing the lessons, but
I think I heard them exactly right. I've heard them for 332 years. From my own master, from the people I trusted, from the people I loved. You can always do better. Just do better. I share come to me when you actually have something to repent of.
well, sometimes better still doesn't get us what we want. But I think you've done well.
You say that. But I've been rejected by a friend today.
Yes. And you didn't do the rejecting or anything to merit it. If anything, you were overzealous in the other direction. So there truly is no excuse there. Whatever her reasons, whether they are fleeting or lasting, they're hers. And you didn't give them to her.
It is to fear fire. Because I knew its destructive effects. Perhaps I embrace it now because I am ready to be destroyed. And with that, he walks off.
Man,
It is
Your
best to start the attack from within the castle.
He walks off to where he can't hear you.
Now I'm walking to Merlin. Hello, Merlin. I do apologize about the spontaneous murderous efforts, although I appreciate your ultimate sacrifice or effort of sacrifice.
it's okay. I mean, she was the first one to realize it, and sucked to be attacked at first, but in the end, I mean, I didn't really have a choice.
Well, not to trivialize anything, but when all was said and done, did you die?
Thank Mathlodorian, I didn't.
Yes, and I sort of pat him on the back. Yes, so it did turn out well on all fronts in that sense.
This is just going to be one very awkward conversation with my priest.
You hear the cry
Oh.
of an eagle.
How so?
Well, I mean, one, I just like talking to individuals in the church, but like, I just got to confess this to someone.
What are you confessing?
Not a sin, a story, a crazy story.
Well, I hope it's received well. How do you feel about it all?
I feel, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. It's just a lot. It's a lot, like a lot.
Why did you take up magic?
Because my mom said I'd always had a gift for it.
Do you feel you've cultivated your gift well?
I mean, at my current experience level, I shouldn't be able to do half the things I can do.
That's good.
I mean, I can cast fireballs that blow the tops off of mountains.
Well, that would have been nice.
When my magic decides to work.
Decides to work.
Yes. Too much magical ventilation in my body. When I tried to cast a spell, I can either put too much or too little energy in it, and it ends up blowing up in my face.
Interesting.
It's highly technical.
I'm sure. Though, what is your goal? Why do you use this gift you've been given?
Well, the Holy Order has been for some time now looking for professors of Arcana. And I hope to be a leader there.
It's a worthy goal. Do you believe in the cause of the Holy Order?
Maybe part of it. I mean, I definitely believe that if the northern city-states were to be united, that would be a problem for most of the civilized world.
And what of the glory of Mathlodorian?
That too. That is a very special part.
Well, you prioritized well in our last battle. I hope you continue to do so going forward. I don't know what's going to happen to the Holy Order, but if the goal is to honor and obey Mathlodorian, I think things go well. When anything else gets above it, it seems a share can speak to the results of that, and Akita as well, and Athanasius. Don't die again. And use the life you have well. We should probably be getting on, though.
Yes.
Did you say if or yes?
If.
If what?
No, just pointing out something in your sentence.
Oh, yeah. If. Big if. As they say in Latin, ifo grandi.
What's Latin?
A share is, by the way,
It's a pig speak.
a share is, by the way, taking flight as a bird. And it's
So a
trailing.
share.
Shin sees a bird that looks delicious and shoots it. No, just kidding. Yes. I will leave my horse behind for Athanasius when he wakes up, and I guess I'll start trudging along with Merlin.
So, Chair, as you're flying, you hear in your head, that hurt. That hurt me too.
Forgive me. I want to be alone in my thoughts right now.
Yeah. Do you want me to quiet everything else?
Heart's been broke so many
That's
times.
possible.
Yeah, I'll quiet everything else for you. Sure. You're my best friend. I want you to know that, and I'm here for you.
He's just mulling over the thoughts of people he once called friends and family.
Just you can call me a friend too at some point. That'd be great. And Clarence just kind of like, you feel as if something leaves your mind and everything that's inside of your head except your own voice leaves.
My mind is still mulling over the events that transpired with my former life before now. Particularly the words of my former parishioner father. Go out, see the world,
Grow, learn, do something good for Mathlodorian. I question if I've ever done anything good for Mathlodorian or for anyone. Do I spot them as I try to trail them?
Yes, you do.
Just gonna watch, make sure nothing befalls them. That is all. That was all.
Okay. So, Shin, as you're walking back, you feel something in your pocket.
Go on.
And are you going to reach and pull it out?
Sure.
As you do so,
Oh, wait a second. Is this that red coin?
it is the red coin. You notice that the red coin starts to kind of turn into a bronze color.
Hmm.
And you feel an energy leave the coin.
Interesting. If I detect magic on it, is there anything noteworthy?
No, I mean, it seems to have lost its magical power. There seems to be a void
Okay.
inside of the coin.
Interesting.
Does Ashare run into any birds that him as a hawk would find as prey?
Yes.
Because I have not had breakfast yet. But they've never seen an albino hawk before. Do I see any woods on my flight?
No, you're in a desert.
No oasis.
No, well, you see a small oasis. So
I'll
as
touch-
you're going in, you notice there's a nice little blue jay sitting on a perch.
I lay next to it.
Oh, hello there, friend. How are you today?
Thou speakest.
Yes, I speak. Do you speak? You bird too, yes, no?
Yeah. Sure.
You good big hawk. Big hawk equal big fed.
You just call me a fed.
No, fed, as in you eat. Eat much, yes, no?
Sometimes.
Like you're a fatty.
You want to see something that'll blow your mind?
Yes.
I leap off and I fall out of polymorph onto the ground.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Smile at the bird and I go over and I drink of the water.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. It kind of like flies over and like lands on your shoulder. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
I can
Chirp.
speak with. I have the spell to speak with plants, not with birds, I'm afraid. I look around. Where is the god of my mentor?
Tweet.
I'll sit and I'll meditate there. After a while, I'll work on transcribing the scriptures more.
As that happens, a fair amount of time goes, and a share. You notice a set of footsteps behind you, those being from Shin and Merlin and Athanasius as they travel.
Bear rolls his eyes and closes his texts.
Shin, you see just kind of a share sitting at an oasis, closing a book that he was possibly writing in.
Share, how goes the literature?
It goes.
How are you?
I'll tell you when I know.
Hmm.
Godspeed.
Leaving again?
Mhm. No, taking my time. A prophet is never late and he's never early. He arrives exactly when Mathlodorian intends him.
Is that unique to the prophets?
Did Elijah arrive late? Or was he right on God's timing?
Is anyone not on God's timing?
Fair point.
I pop a squat. Not too close so as to make him uncomfortable, but enjoying the water, or the look of it at least.
So y'all arrive pretty much 12 hours after Akita and the others do, just from walking at a share's generally slow pace.
Hey, I
Like-
have
And possibly all of you talking about more interesting subjects than,
morality, Mathlodorian.
yeah, infinitely interesting subjects. Only to find out that Merlin is an incredibly intelligent person. Far more than what most other people would give, your average Joe who graduated with a master's in a magic school.
I have a 16 intelligence. How do our wits compare?
He has a 20.
It's a couple standard deviations difference.
All right, Pythagoras.
So you're telling me you have these sacred secret texts that were hidden and you're translating them now?
Wouldn't now be the perfect time?
I really wish to see some of your translation work.
I hand him a small little, almost tract style, Gospel of John.
This
I've
is
gotten quite-
amazing.
I've gotten quite used to those. Pardon the shorthand. It makes it go faster.
No, it's all right. I can read it. This is amazing. You, sir, are truly a genius. Well, here's the city. I'm going to go and find a place. I'm going to go and head over to the inn, and I'm going to sleep. And I'm going to sleep for a long time.
Cher's gonna wild shape into a eagle again and fly onto the balcony of their room. Is there
All
a
right.
way in?
Shin, do you mind walking with me back to the...
Not at all.
All right.
Is there a way in for a share?
Yeah, there is. Shin, you fly into your room, and the first thing you notice is that all your rubber duckies are back in their nice, neat rows. And there's more of them.
He's gonna make the bed, but they probably didn't.
No, the bed is made.
Fancy.
He's gonna lay his ring on top of his pillow and her ring on top of hers. Lay Clarent on top of where he laid. And go and clean up.
As you stand up, you notice in the corner there to be almost an invisible image of a person. It's translucent.
I grow tired of apparitions. Make yourself known.
This is about as known as I'm going to get, or else you're going to drop dead.
Where are you?
Well, what's the only thing that you can see and drop dead from?
Medusa.
You've
I
had
already have my.
a
I already have
long,
my shoot. Pardon?
you've had a long day.
Tell me your name, please.
You know me. You've always known me.
The sheriff falls to his knees.
Don't stand up. This is something I can only do while you're standing.
The sheriff gets back up slowly.
The image walks over to you, and you feel an embrace. Every once in a while, a son needs to be hugged by their father.
So is the sheriff understanding this to be Mathlodorian, or
It's this unrevealed form of Mathlodorian that
okay? So the answer is
Shin
yes.
is talking. Yeah.
Why does everything I try fail?
Because it brings you success.
What
You
success?
fail because you succeed.
I'm a traitor to my people, and I went insane.
And yet, in your insanity, you're the only one who had the ability to figure out what was wrong with the church, the Holy Order, and do something about it. It took you realizing the horrors of what the Order did in order to understand why they were evil and why something needed to be done. I want you to look me in what you think are my eyes, just the general direction of what you think are my eyes. You are forgiven. Sure. You are ready to proclaim the name.
I'm a man of unclean lips. Of a people of unclean lips. The blood still drips from my hands in my mouth.
I've used murderers before, and I made them clean. You are no different.
Will he see justice?
That depends. Do you want him to see justice, or do you want him to crawl on the ground like you once did?
I want your will to be done.
That's not the question, Ashir. That's not the answer. You know it.
I want to
Because
share.
in the end, what I want to be done is always going to be done.
What can I do? Thought I had your direction. And I feel as if I've gone from the east to the west and back again. As that accuser to Job was wandering about the earth. I feel like all I've accomplished is a pauper's grave.
That's. Ashir, I have one thing to show you. One last thing to show you in the book. Pull it out.
Pardon?
Pull out the thing we've been translating. I want to show you the most important part.
He pulls out the codex.
As the codex is pulled out, he opens it. The book itself seems to open in front of you, and it goes to one of the last pages of one of the last chapters. It is finished. It is done.
What is it?
That's why I opened the book. Because while I can give you the answer right now and tell you exactly what it means, it wouldn't mean much. You will read and you will translate. And when you do, it will be like you're seeing the sun for the first time. You know the order is wrong. You don't know why they are wrong. What do you think happened to Trigonometron after he established his throne and established his empire?
I don't know.
It's written here, and you will learn. This is something the church expunged. This is something the Holy Order expunged from its files, from its histories, from everything. You want to learn why the seed of the theta exists. It is here. You want to understand why the Holy Order keeps the northern city-states from uniting. It is in here.
Does my father rest in peace?
Yes. They all do. Get fresh, Ashir.
But I will do what I must to make his son worthy of his stead. You have my soul. And you have my word.
I know I do. Now, take a bath, please, and go to bed. And
Ashir goes and he cries in the shower.
damn,
Okay, Matthew Mercer. Oh, God.
okay. So, Shin, as you make
Yeah.
it to the hotel with, or the inn with Merlin, you see Askin and his wife just kind of like tending to tables and just making sure everything's in general cleaning order. And you see two tiefling children with them. Ah, you've made it back.
Yes. Are these your children?
Yes, they are.
Very lovely. Lovely.
Thank you. It's they're good kids.
I'm sure. I'm sure you're very proud of them.
He rubs one on the head and just tells him, "Here, y'all go off and head into town. You'll have it for the rest of the night." And y'all see him sit at a chair and just put two fingers over his eyes. This has been a long few days.
So it seems.
What have y'all gone through to do this?
Well, we've obviously traveled across the seas. We fought many enemies. Apparently, Akita has regained more and more of her memories, and that I imagine is traumatic. Cher's mind has slowly cracked and healed concurrently. I think Athanasius is doing pretty well with his emotions, and so quite a bit.
I don't know. I don't want to know what happened to my sister. Well, I'm sure she hasn't told y'all.
As far as we know, she was part of a cult that worshipped her as a goddess. And at some point, something went wrong, and her blood was going to be used for something. And we found her in a caged cart during a raid. I don't know exactly what happened, but she's been unstable at times, and I'm sure it's difficult.
Can you do me a favor, Mr. Shin?
Perhaps. What's the favor?
In her eyes, she seemed genuinely hurt that you didn't trust her.
She does have a habit of stabbing people without asking.
He puts a hand on your shoulder. Do me a favor and trust her a little bit more.
I'll
Please.
see what I can do.
No. It's not what you can do. It's what you will do. I can't support my sister being here. I don't have the money and I don't have the ability. She either will have two choices: stay here and get up and start with almost nothing to her name, or continue fighting with you and your friends. And I'd wish that she does that. I love having my sister back. Knowing she's alive is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my past years of existence. But please, by the great kings, trust her more. Please.
As I said, if I can do the favor, I will. I already trusted her with my life. And if she feels that we've been unfair, she can talk to us. But I can't force anything on it.
Just Please apologize for not trusting her.
Mm.
Suck the pride, please.
Wow.
Is there like booze of any sort in our suites?
Yes, there is. There's quite a bit, actually.
Oh man.
Not anymore.
Not, any- not anymore. You're one
I
of
would-
those heroes with booze, aren't you? Not anymore. Glug glug.
The rum always gone.
It's all gone.
A share is why the rum is always gone.
I drink it all.
Actually, I'm presuming it's wine.
I recommend y'all go to bed now. It's late.
Well, that I can do for you, but I will sleep on this.
So everyone goes to their own hovels and their own beds for the evening.
Oh yes, I guess you guys are separate rooms now. What with the divorce and all.
A share is just having a bubble bath with a few bottles of wine.
Look, in fairness, I attempted to do that 2 sessions ago. It just didn't work for me.
Gotta have that strong drowish stomach. Gotta have two
Insert
esophagus.
picture of Uncle Ruckus.
Oh god. Listen. We don't have everyone here. It wouldn't be fair to make these jokes. It would be
Does
be
the sheriff-
distasteful.
Does the sheriff find himself the only person in his room?
For right now, yes.
He'll probably fall asleep in the midst of a bubble bath.
So everyone's asleep. Akita, you're still out, right? Are you coming back?
She's gonna come back with, yeah, she's gonna come back probably like well past midnight.
Okay, you come back at 3 a.m.
Nice,
Everyone's gone.
nice.
Like everyone's probably asleep. Are you? Is it just you?
Yeah, she's alone.
All right.
She has a bottle of wine in her hand though. She's been drinking it.
It's
As
poetry.
you
It
walk
rhymes.
in, you go upstairs. You kind of forget where your room is a bit until you just like start trying doors, and you find one that's unlocked, and just lo and behold, it's the room that you were in. You notice there are 2 rings and a 3rd ring on the bed.
Clarence in sword form.
Oh, it's Clarence in sword form. So you notice that the rapier of Clarence is just kind of laying there on the bed, but Asher isn't nowhere to be
Except
found.
the blue accents of the handle, like a blue spiral pattern, is actually purple.
Nice.
And you hear snoring from the bathroom.
Oh no. He's going to drown. Is this the room where she left her weapons? Or
Yeah, this is.
where are they?
They're in the corner, kind of sitting there, kind of tucked away.
Cool. For a bit of drunken fun, because she thinks it'd be funny, she puts her sword next to Clarence and then goes to see if Asher's dead.
Yeah, Asher's just laying back in the tub, bottle of wine against his chest, water purpled through the suds of a bubble bath. He's out like a light.
Hmm.
There's several other empty bottles on the floor.
Huh.
He's just sawing logs.
She drains the water and then just kind of goes back out into the main part of the room.
Cold.
Asher, roll perception.
I'd imagine I could tell at the coldness on my body that lacks body fat.
There is nothing
Oh
to
no,
sustain.
you drink a lot of alcohol.
That doesn't affect my
Beer
ability to. That just means it's all going to go to the surface and go away from me quicker. There is nothing to sustain. Perception.
Alcohol blanket is a real thing. You're going to be
It's-
feeling very warm.
Beer jacket's a thick boy.
Perception. Question mark. Okay. Just double check.
So you kind of get your eyes kind of open as you see Akita just pull the bathtub plug that starts draining the water.
Okay.
What?
I can explain.
I can't tell if you're speaking a language I know or not. How badly can you not hold your alcohol?
No, hi.
Akita, as you look around, you notice that on the floor are 60 bottles of
That's-
various different.
He's
types of
dead.
That's not
alcohol.
possible. That's
He's
no.
dead.
Under no circumstances is that possible.
He's a tall guy, but he's a skinny guy.
There's
I
maybe
can
a
handle
handful.
60, but I don't know if
There's maybe a handful.
Nope, it's a lot.
It can
There's
be
a
a
lot. A
lot,
hand-
but not enough to kill him.
A handful of wine is a lot. Take it
Yeah,
from
like-
someone who has drinking.
6 bottles. That's a lot.
Six
16.
bottles of 16 bottles of Dragonfire whiskey.
Like we're assuming. I was thinking wine. We're assuming that elves have slightly better tolerance than humans. A human would be
It's
Dead
not
with
slight,
too many-
it's not slightly better. It's 100% better. Their body, it's almost impossible to get an elf drunk.
Interesting.
that
He
should be
seems to get
bored.
drunk so easily.
you know. Well, here's a draft. Keep that in mind.
Here, I'm sorry. I've given whatever I. That-
She grabs a towel and puts it over his body as the
I
water
didn't
drains.
mean. He kind of throws it around like a Greek toga. It's like to flee or not to flee. I don't know.
I'm going to leave.
Oh, I'm sorry. I fell asleep.
Yes, you did. In the bathtub.
Oh,
You drowned.
I've been underwater before. I didn't drown. I saw scary things. I saw my own skull.
Okay. Stop. Just
Oh, right. Oh, Akita, I'm really sorry. Whatever I did to offend you, I want to make it right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I really didn't.
okay.
Please don't hate me.
Come here. She takes his hand and just kind of
Oh,
pulls him and just like makes him lay down and just like
Ah.
takes a step back.
This bed's soft and comfy.
Go to sleep.
Why don't you lay it down? It's nice and soft. And
I'm
feel-
not laying down with you
But what?
because I don't want to.
He pulls the
I'm-
covers over his head.
I'm going for a walk.
While all this is going on, can I just go to the docks? Because this is definitely very loud and annoying.
Take your sword with you. It's very.
I might
And
be.
the- and the
Akita hears
ring.
him walking down the hall.
Take the ring. No more captains being creeps.
I heard Shijin leave. I'm gonna go steal his room. I need someplace quiet to sleep.
Shijin, did you
Oh,
unlock?
he's gonna take that one when he gets back.
Did you leave your door unlocked?
She didn't leave yet.
Anyone
Did he-
who looks at the room is gonna, if they're looking at an opening, is gonna just see the glow from dance. Asher is just drunkenly doing dancing lights over his head.
All right. Why did you get so drunk? I've seen you drunk before. This is worse than usual.
Yeah. I didn't want to feel how I was feeling.
I can understand that. That's why I drank tonight.
You drank too. You should have joined me. Well, no, maybe that would have been weird because we're not actually married.
Right. I was and I was trying to get back into my tradition.
It's tradition.
Well, yeah, tieflings, we throw celebrations together as a form of community. There's a lot of drinking and dancing and singing, and I wanted to reconnect with that while we're still here.
That's perfectly fair. Drow suck. Their traditions suck. They're just as racist as the high elves. And I've never seen a high elf smoke.
And she kind of laughs. What? I'm sorry for the things I said earlier today. And when I see Shijin, hopefully in a better mood than he is now, I don't know if he's in a good mood or not. He sounded upset when he slammed his door and walked down the hall.
I have left
Here,
the building.
please check your-
I am at the docks right now, and we will get to what I do at the docks in its own time.
I will
Shins.
apologize to Shijin when I see
Sure.
him.
Check your DMs.
Oh.
Shin's
And what?
probably
Discord?
Shin's probably an angel.
Oh, what?
He'll be all right.
No, because I've met and they're not called angels, right? They're called, what are they, L?
You're
That's what you call
L.
them?
Yeah, some textbooks call them
Okay.
actual me, not pretending to be drunk me doesn't remember what they're called.
They're L.
So
No. The
you're talking about actual angels?
no, in D&D, the race.
ASMR?
Yeah, ASMR. Yeah, there we go. Also, by the way, Cap, you need to contextualize your message more. What?
That's
If you want me
one
to
of-
just randomly say that, that would make
Oh,
sense.
I thought you meant my DMs.
that's one of the traditions of the Dark Elves.
Oh.
The Drow.
Oh, what?
You know,
Oh, is this something offensive?
have you ever played Locholemlum? Oh, you probably that I need to translate. There's
Sure.
there's not an exact translation. There's like these dart things that we throw up and they hit in our lawn. And
Lawn
Scrap it.
darts?
yeah,
I watched children play that earlier. I'm sorry.
it was fine. It was- children play it, adults play it.
Why do you think Shijin is an L?
You know, something about how he seemed the first time I interacted with him. Because I've seen some weird stuff.
Yes.
I saw myself
Yes.
older.
Yes. I read your book.
You invaded my private.
Okay, well, you invaded my privacy.
We moving on. I just a hunch. Some might call it a canonical issue, but I call it a hunch.
Okay. When you're more sober, possibly tomorrow, I can tell you about an interaction I had with an L when I was younger.
Eve.
It's one of the memories that returned to me. And L was the being that saved me from the cult. But I will tell you the details when you're more cognitive to receive them.
That's amazing.
It was not. He was he was nice, but he put me in a monastery as a form to cleanse me of what the cult did. And I obliged. I was happy to be out of the cult. The monastery was not much better.
Some are good. Some tell you to whip yourself when you're bad.
I'm going to set up a bedroll on the far end of the room over there. You go to bed.
What's wrong? Do I smell? I smell.
You reek of alcohol and lavender soap, and it's a really weird combination.
You have that spell that makes woo.
So do you. Don't you have that spell too?
No. That's not a spell I've come across in my studies.
You talking about my?
President? Presbyterian?
I'm sorry, Dale.
This is acting, YouTube. This is acting.
Acting.
How do they call it? I'm well cognizant.
Mm-hmm.
Is that enough? But the spell.
Right.
You got it. You told me on the cruise that you got it because people always complain about the smell.
Well, that's not entirely the reason why I got it.
That was loud. Did you hear that? I think I'm hearing things.
Okay, moving from that.
She's gonna set up a bedroll on the opposite side of the room and
Shin,
sleep there.
we move to you as you look out at the docks. Once again.
I stand at the docks, meaningfully less sad about my life. Ooh, what is this?
He broods, but less.
It's not brooding. So previously I was just like utter sad boy. Now I'm just kind of like, have you all seen Toy Story 2?
Yes.
Yeah?
Well, we tried.
I had a childhood.
Oh, getting those Rex vibes. So I'm actually going to just cast Minute Meteors and have 20 small balls of fire start to orbit me and slowly make small little designs and shapes with them. And then over time, I'm going to slowly extinguish each one into the ocean before sending one as high up into the sky as I can. And I'm going to say a quick prayer and go back home.
That looks like a fun game.
Is it that kid again?
Nope.
Who said that?
A translucent being in front of you.
I immediately regret having used so much magic so that I have none if I need to fight this thing.
Why are you so apprehensive about seeing me? This isn't the first time we've met.
Well, do I recognize this thing? Oh, is this the third person?
Yep.
I hit an E.
Stand up. I don't want to see any groveling.
Espiritu Santi.
My lord, why are we? Good evening. Thank you for coming. What brings you here?
Oh, I was in town looking at groceries and just happened to want to say hi. I'm here because I have to tell you something. Of course, why else would I be here?
I was just asking.
Listen. The first part's over. Now begins the second part. The hard part.
Oh? What is that?
We'll see if you're humble enough.
Ah,
And I have something I want to give you.
all right.
You feel the being's presence as it gets closer to you. You are a good follower. You are a good son. Your father would be proud. And so would your mother.
I hope they are. Thank you.
They are.
What is your bidding?
Forgive. That's all I will tell you is to forgive.
I sense an incredibly deep and cruel irony.
It's because
It's not
it is.
lost on me.
Forgive.
Despite my not having a 20 in intelligence.
Forgive. That's what you need to do.
Yes.
I have to direct you a bit more than what I have to direct a share. I am terrible. I am not sorry. I made you like this. I am not sorry. I haven't even had my conversation with Athanasius yet. And I have no clue what Akita is going to do. Well, no, I have a clue what she's going to do. It's just a matter of if it's a today thing or if it's a tomorrow thing.
Interesting.
Probably a tomorrow.
Well, I will. I suppose it is bedtime. Thank you for coming.
Oh, before I forget, you feel as if something embraces you into a hug. From a father to a son. This is something I'm supposed to carry to you. They're watching and they're proud.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to take the bronze coin and sort of just flick it into the ocean.
I don't think you sent that thing far enough.
Let's see. Do I have anything that can launch this sucker? You know what? I guess I'll grab it and I'll do like a discus throw.
That's
Actually, could you take this for me?
A discus throw with a little coin.
good. You just see the coin disappear.
As far as east is from the west.
Like a little coin, like
Thank
this
you.
little gold coin right here that isn't a tease at anything.
Well, I did not decide to do it, but had I done it, I could have launched that sucker.
You return back to the inn, and this is where we will end this session.
Woo!
All right.
That was intense. That was very intense.